Hey, I'm telling you, the evil forces do not want me speaking about this stuff. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, Pancho, you just give yourself too much importance. Man, if you had lived my life, you would know. Throughout my whole life, I've had people stand in my way, sabotage what I do, to the point that as an actor now, you're supposed to have a reader, during auditions, because now there's the great convenience of being able to, film your video and then send it to casting directors, which is wonderful because, ever since COVID, we started doing that. And it's such a convenience because, you had to drive all the way up to wherever, and have to go on audition, it was a big pain in the butt, and now you can just film at home and send the video, which is wonderful, right? But they're always asking me for, to have a person be my reader. But in my experience, people that I have had as readers, in fact, I have paid them, because I feel bad. It's like, you're gonna spend all this time for free, so I paid them, and these people have been my family, and these were the people literally sabotaging everything for me. So now I just record myself and I do it this way. I'm still booking, parts, but my agents were like, you need to have a real person, you can't have a recording. I was like, not in my experience. I'm the exception, because I'm not gonna have people who are going to be getting in the way of my my moving forward. All I just want to do is just move forward, create my content without having to have anybody who's gonna throw a stick into the pokes on my wheels. It's just pokes. Is this what it's called? I think so. In pokes, I don't know, but the point is that they're tripping me while I'm trying to move forward. And so why I bring up politics a lot of the time is because these people are these people who gaslight you while they have their arm around you and be like, we're friends, I love you, and they don't really. If you probably read The Alchemist. I'm talking about the scene or the chapter where Santiago meets that great friend, in this new land. He meets this friendly stranger that tells him, yeah, I'll show you around, and ends up taking all his money. Sorry if I just ruined it for you, but read the book so you can see that it's basically what Joseph Campbell pointed out, that the stories that you hear, the folklore stories that you hear, from this country or that country, basically they're the same story, and it describes the hero's journey. It describes, for instance, if you look into Star Wars, that's the hero's journey. If you look into the Lord of the Rings, that's the hero's journey. You have someone who starts with one identity, one place to live. They don't need to go anywhere. Why? But they still have this beckoning within them that is like, I know I'm meant to do something important, I just don't know what it is. And then all of a sudden the opportunity comes around, but the first thing they gotta do is leave everything behind. And a lot of the times, like you see in Star Wars, his uncles get killed, so there's no point for Luke Skywalker to stay around, so he has to leave where he grew up, but because he had this thing that I know there's something important I need to do, I just don't know what it is, and that beckoning becomes the journey. It's like, you gotta go. Same thing with Frodo from Lord of the Rings, Same thing in, The Alchemist. This is a little shepherd dude who wants to travel the world, wants to see other things because there's this beckoning, there's this dream that he had. And in my dreams nowadays, it's all about protecting people. Literally, I'm not going to go into my dreams, but it's night after night I'm having the same dreams where I'm protecting people from them falling into a big hole, from them falling off of a ladder, from them, being picked on by a bunch of guys. I get in and I was like, what's up? I just like, with complete disregard of what's going to happen to me. But see, I wasn't having those kinds of dreams before. My dreams were like running, looking for home, and I couldn't find it. So these kinds of things, they mean something in your life, and when people around you see the light within you, they see that it's really strong. Sometimes they want to not only steal it, but also want to destroy you because of it. Because if they have you around, then they can't pretend they can't pretend to be you. So because they take your ideas and things like that. I've had people in my life like that. My ex, someone who I decided I was going to spend the rest of my life with, did that to me. My father did that to me. He trashed me in front of my family, until they became my enemies as well. I am the black sheep. I am the ugly duckling. I am Wilbur the lion. These little beings, these little creatures who landed in the wrong place. Well, I shouldn't say the wrong place, because everything has a purpose. And having to land in the wrong place, you get that beckoning. It's done on purpose, so you can rip yourself out of that, because that takes courage and bravery to rip yourself out of the stuff and embark into the unknown, like Santiago, like Luke Skywalker, like, you see what I'm saying? This is the same story, and it's the same story for everyone. The hero's journey. So in your story, who's the hero? You, right? It's not going to be your neighbor. It's not going to be, the celebrity you see on television. No, it's you. So there's got to be a beckoning there, a call that you have to answer, because otherwise your life will never improve. You won't find purpose. You won't find out who you really are. And in my case, I ended up finding out that it was 7/17, by the way, when I said that. I had a 17 marked by the angels on my lip a couple of years ago. And it was to let me know that there was a purpose to me. I didn't know back then, but again, this is all of the signs and symbols that you see that are leading you somewhere. There are roadmaps. There are signs on the road on your journey. So you discover, these are bad people, these are good people, and so on and so forth. I had to leave a lot of people behind because of who they were and how, not just because of how they treated me, but they showed me who they were. So I was like, okay, if I'm, it's like we say in Mexico, mejor solo que mal acompañado. Better to be alone than badly accompanied. So this is why I'm talking about this, because I ran into so many obstacles. I recorded 3 videos already, each of 10 minutes. No audio. Then I go and I'm like, maybe the computer is hot, I gotta turn it off, and it wouldn't come on. It wouldn't come back on. It's like, what is happening? Because I'm here to tell the truth. I'm a light worker, and yes, I found that out, by those beckonings, that inner call, and found out that I am a Mintakan starseed from Orion. Imagine that. But then again, Orion was always appearing above me, and I was like, basically my whole life, and I was literally yelling at it, like, what do you want from me? These are the signs, and you must follow them, because in your journey, you are the hero. So, what are you doing? What are you still doing here? Get on with it. Go. Embark on your journey. It is so important because it matters to everyone. This is for the benefit and for the good of all humanity, that you find out who you are and what your purpose is. You still here? Get on.